Howdy, folks. It's Howie here, Howie Cat. Um, I'm not a true crime channel. I don't really do true crime. I don't know forensics or any of that, but best friends big into true crime, and so we can have something to talk about. I started looking into this current case with Gabby. I started to get into it. Now I'm into it, and it came up about Brian Laundrie's Pinterest. Now I'm not going to be making guesses as to what might have happened. The main thing is people say he's into some really dark stuff. So I took a look at his Pinterest, and supposedly some of this is really, really heavy and dark. And I figured I'd look at it and say, hey, is this stuff that heavy and dark? Well, if you look at the top, I'm just going to go quickly through a lot of this. If you look at the top stuff, the arrow, it's about camping. All this is the things to burn off is all tattoos, outdoors. This is all exactly what you'd see. Our house, it's what you'd expect. It's cabins. It's perhaps his dream houses. Enamel pins are just all kind of fun. The albums are all Beatles. I'll open this one up. This is a good first one to open. It's Beatles, Neil Young, Talking Heads. Okay, nothing really dark here. Kinks, Rolling Stones. Pretty standard six older rock. Nothing I would worry about there. And then there's bizarre designs. Sounds like it might be freaky. It's bizarre designs. What we really have here is, let me get this open. And just to let you know, I am generally a comic book channel. I do a lot of things here, treats, but I know comic books. That's why I decided to talk about this. And what we have here is the first stuff is Gabby wearing. If you look at him, it's Bart Simpson looking like he's blowing his nose on his sleeve. It's a COVID mask. And Bender from Futurama. And all this art is, what's his name now? I forget it. From Greening, Matt Greening's art from Futurama and Simpsons and whatnot. My favorite had to be when I clicked on one of these. I think it was this one here, where the only comment is, all you did was rip off artwork with question marks. And it's all he did. And what this is links to a company called Depop, not a company I'd ever heard of. But it's like Etsy, Poshmark, eBay, any of those. You can put your products up on it, shirts and stuff, and sell them. And they're environmental type of company. That may be why he chose it. They claim to be an environmental company. I didn't even notice that's a Hellboy one there. That's where I'm getting to. So thought that would be something. Everything else, I mean, you can look through this. You're not going to find anything, but what you might see that appears dark, and if you find it dark, you find it dark. I'm just going to tell you what it is. This is just fairy art. What we're looking at, even with this Lucifer-looking character with the sword coming down, it looks like, but that's Hellboy sitting in front of it. That's a pretty mainstream comic book, and people are saying he left clues everywhere. Not really in this. This is Mike Mignola, his work. That's his signature, the square with the M. If you look down here, he drew it in 2016. Mike Mignola is the artist and creator of Hellboy. It ran for 25 years. There's been multiple major motion pictures made about Hellboy. So that's what a lot of this art is Hellboy. This is, if you look at it, it's even here. You have, I believe that's, no, that's not, I don't know who's doing that. That is Batman, just Batman. Saved it in the watercolors. The thing with Mike Mignola, he did, after he finished the book, he ran it for about 25 years and finished it. Hellboy is dead at the end of the whole series. But it's a story of a demon from hell who leaves hell, who doesn't want to be part of hell. If you look at images of him, like this Weird Tales one, You note that his horns were, if these were to be devil horns, they are. He cuts them off every day so he can't re-enter hell. He actually is a force for good fighting against hell. He has rejected hell. So it's actually kind of the opposite of dark. But most of this is all from the same artist. It's all comic book related. Well, we got some Pokemon stuff here, and I see this looks like Wizard of Oz, a flying monkey. Um, Day the Earth Stood Still. I don't know. There's a lot of Batman in here. There's another Mike Mignola drawn Batman. More Batman down here. A lot of people just kind of would skip through it because, oh, the tentacles on this one. Well, again, same artist, Mike Mignola. It's just a page from Hellboy. May be a little dark, with the monster, but it is not really that heavy if you know the source, to me. You might find it, so I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm saying it's not to me. Some fun stuff: Mars Attacks, Gigantor, which is an old cartoon, and that's really what we're looking at. A lot of Hellboy here. Here's more Hellboy, more stuff by Mike Mignola. It's loading the rest of the page. It's a little slow right now, and what we see. Well, I'll go up higher here because you do see, drawn by Mike Mignola again, the Bride of Frankenstein. There's the monster and the bride. And this still there. Maybe some more is loaded. Yeah. No. Okay. Well, we're going to see a lot of his Universal monster drawings in there. He has a lot of them. Frankenstein, Dracula, and a huge amount of the Invisible Man, which is interesting to me. Not that just to me, everybody, there's a lot of fans of Universal monsters. Boy, this is slow. I'm so sorry. A lot of fans of Universal monsters, but the Invisible Man is generally not a favorite. It's Frankenstein. I like the Creature. The Creature's real popular. Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, Mummy's lower on the list, and Invisible Man you hardly ever see. So I was surprised to see a lot of Invisible Man. Yeah, here he has the new Joker movie. A lot from Joker. Here's Creature. The Invisible Man is over here. So this is just it's a little weird, but it's really just pop art, to be honest. I've seen this stuff in all kinds of pop art stores, avant-garde areas. Not super dark when you see it all mixed together. You're realizing we've got the Joker. More Joe. He liked the Joker. He liked the Great Gazoo. I don't know why he would have the Great Gazoo from Flintstones, but he has other Flintstones things in here. He enjoyed Godzilla, apparently. And here's a Japanese Batman piece right there. If you're looking at my cursor, there's more Batman. So it's a lot of Batman. It's a lot of Hellboy and a lot of Universal monsters with other stuff that's a little weird, but not really, to me, satanic or dark or evil. It's really stuff you'd see. Maybe this goat, a little bit. But here's a whole bunch of Universal monster stuff. And you keep seeing the Invisible Man showing up. There's an Invisible Man. There's another. Which to me, that's like I said, you don't really see the Invisible Man collected when people get their monster stuff. Anyways, that's all that. The only thing that I found of interest that is if you're playing the connected, how does this connect to things? Well, if you've read the book Lullaby, which I just did, well, Gabby's a model here. This is for his Pinterest or his Depop apparel store, and Gabby's a model. And if you know the book Lullaby, one of the characters kills models. I don't know if that means anything. I don't really think it does. But that's a little look through his Pinterest from a comic book person. I'm not an expert, but I am pretty well knowledged in comic books, and so I I can tell all that is, I mean, it's all comic book art with a few, maybe half a dozen, if that, exceptions. And I just didn't even look into the artists. They could be. I'd rather people want to point out ones that disturb them. I can look into them. I'm pretty good at discerning the names on them and who the person might be. Fairly okay at it. So, anyways, well, thanks for if you came over here for the first time. What you're going to look at, if you look at my channel, is a lot of goofy stuff. Nothing but like taste tests and comic books. It's just more of a free for all channel. But I do try and focus on comic books when I can. Um, but you know, I can't always get that done. So I'll just throw some fun stuff together here and there just to keep videos for people to watch. But that's it. If you're over, welcome. If you're just a regular, welcome back. All right. Bye bye, folks.